We live. What's good, family? Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help, well, better understand the self. Shout out to Mama Lisa, man. Always tapping in to the channel. She put hello. So listen, today we're gonna go over the government shutdown. We're gonna go over the NFL. They chose Bad Bunny, and a lot of people are upset. And yeah, we're gonna go over. We're gonna open up the line, see what y'all got to say about some things, but we're gonna go over the NFL. Look like the NFL is losing a lot of steam, but first, let's get into this shutdown. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me in the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna wait for everybody to tap in. Salute. Peace to the God. But let's get it.
No sign of Trump. We have not seen Trump today. We have not heard from Trump today. We haven't heard his voice. Our Jeff Zeleny pointing out that on the first day of a government shutdown, as the Trump administration says layoffs are imminent, there is no sign of the president of the United States. And it is no secret to anyone, anywhere in the world, that Trump loves to be seen. Here he is on various days over the past 2 weeks. He loves to seize a moment. But today we have not seen him anywhere as of 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, as the government shutdown enters its ninth.
Now, as y'all see how she's starting this just with warfare already. Instead of us trying to really get to the bottom of it, this is what they do. It's like it's gang politics.
Hour with no end in sight. And Trump's team is threatening imminent layoffs.
We are going to have to lay some people off if the shutdown continues.
We believe that layoffs are imminent.
Imminent means this: Trump's budget chief telling Republicans to expect the pink slips in the next day or two. Now, layoffs on top of layoffs. I want to be clear, we're using that word specifically, layoff. That is what the administration is calling them. They're not being furloughed, which is what usually happens during a shutdown, right? You get a furlough, government reopens, you get back pay, and you're back to your job. No, they are saying layoffs, permanent, goodbye. And this comes as the government shutdown means that we're not even going to get crucial economic data released. So the payroll processing company, ADP, it's a private company. They came out and released their monthly numbers, jobs numbers. This is all we got. We won't.
Creators, take these 3 apps I built to run my business made with Base 44. They're ready for you as...
If the government's closed, get the federal ones this Friday. The ADP number showed more than 30,000 jobs were lost in September. That is the biggest number in more than 2 years. And on top of it, they say jobs were also lost in August. Now, that reality is grim, even though over the past few weeks, Trump...
I mean, I don't know. I got to look at the numbers for myself.
The jobs are being created right now. A lot of jobs are coming in, like I think we've never seen before.
Well, the numbers we are getting show that to be a fantasy. But back to the black hole of economic data we are entering during a government shutdown. We have not had a blackout in jobs data in 12 years. And it is not just jobs that are a concern. Take this headline from the Wall Street Journal the other day. I've been saving it because it really stood out to me. It says, beneath the GDP, a risk warning. In the journal, they point to the Commerce Department's latest analysis. It was released this week. So when you read through it, what you see is America's gross output, which measures business spending at all stages of production. So every stage of the factory, all the way through, they say, you can see the data slowing to a crawl. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, when business puts on the brakes, employment slows, and recession strikes. And this deeply worrisome and murky data is landing at the same time this country is facing a shutdown unlike any shutdown in its history because of the unprecedented political moment we're in. Lawmakers don't just go into a room now and hammer out a solution and talk about nasty shutdown stuff. No, we live in a country where it is either fealty to Trump instead of the country or oppose Trump no matter what. That's the way it is right now. And as for Trump, while he didn't show his face, he did post another AI-generated video of Democrats doubling down by putting another sombrero on Hakeem Jeffries. The sombrero again.
Like the Bloods
Trump's
and the
way of
Crips.
saying that Democrats want to give health care to illegal immigrants from Mexico. Of course, there is no such proposal from Democrats on the table. And I want to point out that Vice President J.D. Vance says he has no problem with the sombrero video.
I mean, Hakeem Jeffries said it was racist, and I know that he said that, and I honestly don't even know what that means. Like, is he a Mexican American that is offended by having a sombrero meme. The president of the United States likes to have a little bit of fun when he's doing it, and I think that's okay.
I guess JD Vance is pretending he doesn't see color. But the president does seem to be having fun with this. I mean, you can see the Hakeem Jeffries sombrero video now playing on a loop
Trump
inside
trolling.
the White House. Jeff Zeleny is out front at the White House. Manu Raju is out front on Capitol Hill. Jeff, it's very significant, as you are pointing out, that the president, who does love to be seen and is happy to jump into controversy, has not been seen on the first full day of the shutdown. What does that signal?
Well, Aaron, it signals first and foremost he does not want to be out front or the face of this shutdown, at least in its opening day. Of course, that could change and likely will change as the hours and days go forward. But it was notable that the vice president came out to the press briefing room, a place where he has not been in that moment, to be the face of this shutdown. But that does not mean the president and his administration officials are not doing things behind the scenes, because they are. Very significant movement happening at the Office of Management and Budget today. Some $26 billion in funding already approved by Congress was canceled.
So $26 billion, let's get this straight right now. $26 billion has to be sent, and they're not sending it. So this comes down to money. All right. But they're holding this like we got to listen to two people battle. Listen, it's 26 billion up. Why are we not sending? What's going on? Because I don't like the way we handling money, period.
So that is significant. Of course, the layoffs that you mentioned, also significant. But the president not wanting to be out front on this signals a couple different things. After talking to a variety of officials here at the White House and around the president, they also believe that there may be a possibility to get a few Democrats on board to vote for this. They believe that the pain point is significant enough that that is one reason, according to an official, that the president was not out front poking people directly. We will see how long that lasts. But now the shutdown will last at least until Friday because of the Jewish holiday. There are no votes planned for tomorrow. So I think we'll have to see how long the president stays behind this. But for now, at least, very significant. He's not out front on this, and he barely commented on social media at all, except, of course, those videos, which are still playing right now in a loop in an empty press room. Aaron.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff Zeleny. And I want to go to Manu Raju. He's live on Capitol Hill. So, Manu, what are you hearing there specifically about the fact, when you talk about there's not going to be a vote till at least Friday, right? So you're going to have 2 days. That's when supposedly, according to their math, 1 to 2 days, you're getting mass layoffs that are, going to be irreversible the way that they put it. So what happens?
Now, what's really going to happen is they're going to come together. This may be a little fear tactic that they use. Are going to come together, come to an agreement, and then, it seems like this has been happening every year for the past couple of presidents. It's always a government shutdown. But they telling us that this one may seem strange. They don't want to send the money. Democrats want to send the money. But the point is, we have to keep witness these gang politics, blue versus red all the time. It's like we understand that that's a part of the problem. We tired of hearing y'all go back and forth with each other. Yeah, like we tired of the back and forth, man. We don't like. It's gonna come to a point that if you rep either one of these sides, we don't need you doing nothing with our politics. We need people that are just common sense, objective, critical thinkers. And if you ain't that, if you can't be a critical enough thinker to not join a side, I don't know what to tell you. But we can't listen to you because you're gonna be constantly throwing the other side under the bus.
Well, right now, the threat of these mass layoffs have not really moved the needle on Capitol Hill because Democrats say that the president and his team were already planning these mass layoffs. They don't believe that anything would have been different given that there's a government shutdown, and they're still demanding what they have since the outset of this debate. They want an extension of those Obamacare subsidies that are expiring at year's end. They want to reverse Medicaid cuts enacted under President Trump's domestic policy law. And we're hearing from Republicans about this, too. I asked a number of them, many of them siding with the president, but
now, yeah, it's political theater, man, but it's just crazy that they make us think that it's really that serious. I know that it's $26 billion, that is serious, but if it wasn't for y'all playing gang politics, this will be nothing. But now, Bad Bunny, I never heard of this person, bro, ever. This is my first time hearing about this guy. But he gonna be performing at the Super Bowl, I think. And a lot of people in the NFL is mad about it. They're like, yo, why would we have this guy? He seems like a Lil Nas X type of guy, in my opinion. But he explains he's being performed. But my thing is Jay-Z. Jay-Z selected this guy. Jay-Z falling off with the culture, man. I mean, you had a great pickup with Kendrick, and now you go check it out.
Making me feel so happy because more than me, for everyone else, I'm really excited for my friends, my family, Puerto Rico, all the Latino people around the world. I'm excited about my culture. I'm excited about everything, not just for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this guy, Bad Bunny, is headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. And listen, I've never even heard of the guy before. I haven't listened to a single song, nothing. And now I'm sitting here like I'm completely out of the loop. I've been living under a rock because from what I'm reading, his fans are pumped about this. They're saying this is historic because he's the first solo Latin male to do it. I mean, big names like Jay-Z and Bruno Mars are coming out and giving this guy props. And his streaming numbers are massive from what I can see. So clearly the dude's popular. But the flip side to all this is a lot of people aren't very happy over it. Some are saying it's way too political, pointing to his criticism of U.S. immigration policies and the fact that he canceled his U.S. tour. And others think he just doesn't fit the football vibe for the Super Bowl. So I'm over here wondering, well, what do you all think? Is this a win for culture and diversity, or is the NFL totally missing the mark on this? Again, I'm a hockey fan, and I don't follow Bad Bunny or Bad Baby, whatever his name is.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing their teeth in the day.
I already let you know.
Honestly, I can't tell if I should be excited or confused by this whole thing.
I can't believe that the NFL thinks it's a good idea to have Bad Bunny perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, who does the NFL think their fan base is? None of us football fans or none of us men want to listen to Bad Bunny perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. That's probably the worst decision you could have made, to have him perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, come on.
So it was just brought to my attention in an urgent briefing that the Super Bowl, which is, of course, a very sacred tradition in our country, probably the most watched thing on TV, except for when I speak, of course. But I was just informed that in one of the most offensive and radical left and anti-Christian, also, don't forget that, moments in our country, the halftime show of our next Super Bowl will be done by I can't believe I'm saying this, Bad Bunny. Okay? Now, what I've been told, we have intel briefings. This is a person from the Mexican city of Puerto Rico. Okay? And already I have a problem with that. Okay? It's the American Super Bowl where we crown a world champion. And to have somebody from the Mexican province or town or whatever of Puerto Rico, which has produced some, there's been some good things from Puerto Rico. We're friends. We're sort of allies, I think, with Puerto Rico. But this is going too far. This is sort of a desecration of our sacred traditions. And not to mention, we already have a bunny in America, and he's called the Easter Bunny. And the Easter Bunny is a good bunny, okay? Not a bad bunny. He's actually, some people even think he might be the greatest bunny. They call him a goat bunny, which sounds like a scientist put together like a rabbit and a goat in terms of like
On Sunday, the NFL, Apple Music, and Rock Nation announced Bad Bunny as the 2026 Super Bowl headliner. They say he's going to bring his Latin trap and reggaeton translation, his Spanish hip-hop, to the NFL's biggest stage. Bad Bunny is celebrating, saying this is for his people, their culture, and their history. Meanwhile, the rest of us are watching the biggest football event in America become a circus for demonic theatrics. Bad Bunny is the biggest name in his lane. Nobody's bigger right now. He's fresh off a Puerto Rico residency that looked less like concerts and more like on-stage satanic rituals with brain-dead people cheering it on like zombies. He's leading the Latin Grammys in nominations, one of the world's most streamed artists, and all of it in Spanish. Now, all of that is good for him, but let's not play crazy. This dude openly bragged about selling his soul. He's been dripping satanic imagery into his videos and live shows for years. Even ran that same playbook as Lil Nas X, dancing with the devil, kissing men on stage.
Now listen, that's what I thought of when I seen of this guy. I thought of Lil Nas X because I seen him with pictures of a dress and everything. That ain't my cup of. We don't get into that over here. We don't, we frown upon stuff like that. So I don't think it's a good look for him.
Shocking the public, making evil trendy. For the record, that's why nobody's fooling with him no more. He got to walk around in the middle of the street in tidy whities, losing his mind. Well, Bad Bunny literally ran the same play. He danced with the devil, then he morphed into the devil. He's out here wearing women's clothes, kissing men live on stage at the VMAs, and constantly parades chaos and confusion like it's hype.
No, Shabazz, I can't say he got good music. No, I mean, if this stuff is true, this is allegedly what Pink Book Lesson is saying, but Pink Book Lessons be on point.
Art. He is a walking billboard for spiritual rot. And here's where it gets plain dumb. Americans are so caught up in red versus blue, Republican versus Democrat, MAGA versus liberal, that they're turning this into a political battle. The Dems are using this as a strike against conservatives. So you've got the liberals pushing it, MAGA ticked off about it, and black folks lining up being herded like sheep into supporting devil worship as a form of rebellion in order to once again support whatever the political Crips tell them to support. It's pathetic. The real war here isn't MAGA versus Bad Bunny and the devil. No, it's Bad Bunny and the devil versus God. Period. And judging by...
She said the political Crips. Bruh, we all look at the politics as gangbanging, man. But I don't think I would ever listen to a Bad Bunny song. I don't, from what I'm seeing.
By the filth and wickedness being celebrated, promoted, and normalized in this culture, way too many people, especially our people, have already picked the devil's side.
Oh, well, I guess we're not watching the Super Bowl this year because who is Bad Bunny and why is he going to perform in Spanish, baby? Who is we? Who is... Debbie, tira más fotos de cuando...
It is a bad day in the Confederacy because Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl. Just off of him being Puerto Rican alone and an ally with the LGBT community, they're about to chew him up with them comments. I came here for football, not Fashion Week. What is he even saying? If that's how they treat performers that were born in the United States, I don't even know what they're gonna do. Anyways, he need to bring out Cardi B and perform I Like It Like That. I wish they could say, please rise for the national anthem and then start playing Moscow Mule.
Well, folks, the MAGA influencers have found their new thing to be angry about. And no, it's not their cult leader doing something stupid. It's something entirely pointless. If you haven't seen it yet, Bad Bunny has been announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. And this has already sent MAGA into a spiral. For example, Benny Johnson said, this is Bad Bunny, who was announced as the halftime show. He's a massive Trump hater, anti-ICE activist, knows songs in English. Sounds pretty great. He even canceled his entire US tour for the reason effing ICE could be outside my concert, and it's something we were talking about and are very concerned about. The NFL is self-destructing year after year. My point stands. He sounds fantastic. And of course, he's not a boring white guy like Kid Rock, so Republicans just don't like him. It's also been very funny to watch the different MAGA accounts post photos of Bad Bunny like this, implying that he's not a real man or that he's feminine or whatever. And the same dudes making these arguments are the same guys sitting in their basement right now with Cheeto dust all over their keyboard. They're also the same people who would kill for the opportunity to date people that Bad Bunny has dated in the past. I mean, Kendall Jenner, for example. So in case you're interested in what the MAGA guys are focused on today, it's probably this.
You know, it's funny. I woke up this morning and checked my phone, and there was a headline that read, Bad Bunny is selected to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. And I can't think of a better opportunity. Go to the restroom, take a walk around the block, drive down to McDonald's, because any of those options is way better than watching the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny. I mean, this guy literally canceled his entire U.S. tour in protest of ICE, essentially saying he doesn't agree with what the U.S. government is doing. And you have your right to not agree with what the U.S. government is doing. Believe me, I'm all for that. But what changed? All of a sudden now you want to perform in America?
I think it had to do with money. It's like, bro, he probably feel like if ICE is there, he's not going to be able to get booked because people ain't got time to be coming to his shows. So he like, dang, they going to be coming to the shows of ICE. It's a bad look for me. He probably like, I might as well not even need to go to the U.S. But he going to come to do the Super Bowl because he going to make some money. That's what I feel. But I feel like, why would he be running around and he know all of his songs is in Spanish? That means he going to bring out all of the illegal immigrants when he come out.
America? Like, you did your fans a huge disservice that you have in this country by canceling your U.S. tour because you weren't happy with what the government's doing. Like, you owe it to your fans to perform. But you want to protest, by all means. Knock yourself out. But what changed? Must be money. Good job, NFL. You're just continuously doing things that makes me not want to watch.
I don't believe that Bad Bunny should be playing at the Super Bowl, man. Like, he don't speak English. We don't know what he's saying. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. Football is American, like, through and through. It's American.
Man, I'm trying
like,
to get better.
They don't play football
Spanish,
in other parts of the world. It's only played here. All right, now if it was a baseball tournament or something like the MLB World Series, okay.
No, but look, you put only 14% of Americans speak Spanish. Man, I be trying to get up on that Spanish. Shout out to Puerto Rico, though. I've been in Puerto Rico. It's beautiful. Them beaches are beautiful. The island is beautiful. And it's a lot of, it is foundationals over there as well. But you put Barack Obama really picked Bad Bunny. Jay-Z, I thought it was Jay-Z at some point. I thought Jay-Z was picking all of the people. So it's like, I don't know why Jay-Z would pick, but they say Jay-Z did celebrate it. So
Bad Bunny could play at that. I'm with that. You feel me? Because that's like, hella Latinos, play baseball or soccer. Oh, yeah, if it was soccer, oh, yeah, it's lit. But for football, the NFL, it don't really fit. I'm sorry. It just doesn't fit. And before y'all say I'm racist, man, shout out to all my Puerto Rican homies, man. Shout out to my Boricuas. Like,
for real, shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to all the Latinos, right? It don't fit. I don't even like. Majority of the people are not gonna know who he is. They might well spin back with Kendrick Lamar. Spin back with Kendrick, man, because I mean, at this point, I don't see
with Puerto Ricans, so it ain't no racial issue. It's just like we don't really listen. Americans don't really listen to that shit. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I never heard no Americans listen to Bad Bunny. Like, that's a specific Latino thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on it.
This will be the worst Super Bowl halftime show you have ever watched in your entire life. 2025 Super Bowl halftime show will be performed none other than Bad Bunny, one of the biggest artists in the world. I think the biggest Latin artist in the world. I mean, just take a look at this guy's monthly listeners. But there's no one more controlled than this guy. Depending on how long you've been following me, I made a lot of videos on this guy, but I promise you're going to see some type of satanic, Masonic imagery. Definitely a political agenda, probably a woke agenda. And I'm not just saying these Take a look at any of this guy's music videos. Take a look at any of his concerts. They look like satanic rituals. And, guess who picks the halftime show performers? It's Jay-Z. So everything makes sense. But this one, just pay attention.
Why the hell would the NFL choose Bad Bunny to do the Super Bowl halftime show? Think about it. The biggest stars in American music right now are Taylor Swift, who's at basically every Chiefs game, Post Malone, or even Drake. Any one of them would have been the obvious choice to have the Super Bowl halftime show. But instead, the NFL picks a guy where 90% of his music is in Spanish for the biggest American sporting event of the year. Well, the reason is a whole lot deeper than you think. The reason the NFL is doing this is simply because they have the U.S. by the balls. They know for a fact, whether you like Bad Bunny's halftime performance or not, you're going to come back next year and still watch the Super Bowl. The NFL knows that the U.S. market is huge, but it's also saturated. Everybody knows about it. And the real path to growing a bigger business isn't trying to appease the Americans. It's growing internationally. Why do you think the NFL is scheduling all these games in Brazil, Ireland, UK, Germany, Spain, and even Mexico? They don't want to be the biggest sport in the US like they already are. They want to be the biggest sport in the world. And what easier way to get millions more eyeballs on the Super Bowl than to have the biggest pop star in the entire world, multiculturally, to do your halftime show? You and I might love Post Malone and his music, but some random family in Brazil could not give two shits. Again, this is not a risky choice at all for the NFL. It's an absolute layup. The NFL has no risk with U.S. fans here whatsoever. He's also huge in the U.S. So you might not like this choice, but it is incredibly obvious why they're doing it.
Sorry, not sorry, I'm not going. Nope. These satanic rituals alone are enough for me to turn the TV off.
Yes. Yes. Jesus praise the Lord. Yes, God. Hallelujah, God. Yes. We don't want no devils in our house, God. Yes, we want the Lord. Yes, Jesus.
Nope, that energy will not be welcomed here, not happening. But on top of that, this man is going to perform for an American sport watched by millions of English-speaking Americans, and the whole set is Spanish for 15, 20 minutes straight. Like, what's going on? And of course, they're saying Jay-Z picked the halftime show yet again. Desiree Perez and Jay-Z all over this. Absolutely disgusting. I don't want to see no men kissing on stage. Remember, it's supposed to be a football game, a sport with a predominantly male audience and children watching, not some demonic cabaret. No, I don't care what gang you're banging, the Blue Dems or the Red Republicans. I will not be supporting devilish rituals paraded on stage in front of millions. This is horrible. And once again, they're lining up the sheep to follow the devil, all dressed up as some kind of political rebellion. I'm telling you, it's getting harder and harder.
But I think that they're just picking him, Mama Lisa, because they want to bring the NFL to the world. They ain't worried about who Americans like no more, because I'm finna show y'all a clip. America is falling off of football. People ain't watching football like that in America. You know, they watching it in the world. They watching it around the world. I mean, I'm saying that's what they want. They want them watching it around the world. But I'm gonna finish Pink
to see whether they're following the devil or if they flat out morphed into the devil. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me.
So, yeah, shout out to Pink Book Lesson. But this is what I feel like a lot of the people are running away from football. Right here. This is a y'all gonna see this injury and be like, oh my gosh. But if y'all can see, player broke his whole leg, right? I'm gonna go over that. But first, it was a player it's a player that he just retired in the middle of the season. And it was for good reason. This guy, Xavier Howard, he retired from the NFL just to spend time with his kids. So he wrote, this is what he wrote. He said, throughout my career, right, and this is right after the Bad Bunny thing. I don't know if that has something done. But he put, throughout my career, I always played football for the love of the sport. Howard wrote in the note he posted to Instagram Wednesday night, I enjoyed everything that came with being a part of NFL. It was my passion for the game that drove me. I love and appreciate the Miami Dolphins for drafting me and giving me the chance to play pro football. I care about my dream, but my dream has now changed. I've been getting closer to God and asking that He directs my path. I am a man of faith, and I believe wholeheartedly that He doesn't make mistakes. He has led me to the ending of my career. I am now putting God and my priorities first. Howard continued, when I was away from the game in 2024, I fell in love with taking my kids to school, doing activities with them, and watching them grow up. Up to the point I had always put my family after football. I'm no longer willing to do so. So today I am retiring from the National Football League. My purpose has been fulfilled, but my kids are important to me than football. So shout out to Xavier Howard. He retiring from the game. And I think a lot of other people are doing this now. When you in the NFL, he's saying that he don't have time with his kids. So imagine that this guy probably made over $100 million in the NFL. At some point, we got to realize its value in having the time. And that's what this showing me. A lot of NFL players is retiring. A lot of them is getting hurt. And I just showed y'all a picture of that player that broke his, this player broke his whole kneecap, dislocated it. Look at this. And this may be the end of this guy's career, right? He's still saying he want to play and everything, but I think football is losing in America. I don't think football, like my sons ain't playing football. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting on the field. A lot of parents is not going to let their kids get on the field. So the NFL has to start recruiting on the outside. They're getting too soft. In my opinion, FBA drive trends, and I think FBAs might be losing interest in NFL for various reasons. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely a legendary corner. But the fact that he said that, you know, putting time in your kids, now you got to think NFL players, they got these guys really, besides playing football and prepping and doing all of the work, it's like you going to school. It's like trying to get a lawyer degree, you know, and you still got to work like that. So, yeah, shout out Fins Up, man. I'm from the crib. It is a dangerous sport. Yeah, it is a dangerous sport. But it's so much money into the sport that when is it going to be there where the money that they paying is just not enough as far as health and time, you know, like, but shoot, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Right now, they pay me $50 million. I might have to strap up and put on the helmet for a season. You know, I may give them one season and get on up out of there. But it is a dangerous sport. It is. It's a dangerous sport. It's lucrative now, but I think it's rich slaves in the industry. I think, you know, dang, to see that brother hurt his leg like that. He said he coming back, but look at his leg. He dang near broke his leg. And this is what the doctor is saying about this. Now, people been talking about the NFL like, yo.
Tyreek Hill unfortunately just sustained one of the most serious looking knee injuries I've seen in a long time in any sport. And in this video, we'll take a closer look at what exactly I think happened here and the real serious urgency behind an injury like this. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and the goal in this channel is to teach you more about the medical side of the sports world. So really unfortunate and very serious injury for Tyreek Hill. It's important, I think, to understand the complexity and potential severity of. This is reminiscent to me of what we saw happen with Bears tight end Zach Miller a number of years ago. So what we're seeing here with Tyreek Hill, as he goes down, he plants that left leg out in front of him, and he's trying to stop, right? His left leg just instinctively goes out in front of him to try and embrace his body, to try to stop his body. But what happens is
Ooh.
because the position, that knee gets locked, and right here the knee is locked into
That's what I'm
extension.
talking
It's
about.
straight.
They pay me
Ideally,
50K,
the knee has a little bit of a bend, a
then
little bit of
they'll
a
be
flex to it to
suing me
help carry
because
his
they won't see
momentum
me no
forward
more.
over himself and then onto the out of bounds on the ground.
Mama
But
Lisa,
what
I'm
we see
telling
is
you,
that does not happen. The knee becomes hyper extended, and there also looks
they
to
will
be
not see me
a
no more.
varus moment there where the knee goes outward in this direction. And so you have this combination of a severe amount of varus positioning where the knee is bowed outwards. We catch a little bit on that backside combined with hyperextension.
But another thing though, y'all, they had a shooting at an NFL facility because this dude wanted his benefits. He said he had CTE. They didn't even put this out there. This man shot up the NFL building. He wasn't even he was trying to get to the NFL. He never even got to the NFL, but I don't know why he wanted his money, but they're having real problems with healthcare, and football just seeming like it's a real dangerous sport. But Tyreek Hill said he coming back, but I think they ought to let every man, like football, take turns playing as a season. Oftentimes they think they know more about the game than the men. You're right, than the men on the field. They do too. They be swearing they know everything about the game and knowing they ain't never strap up. Consider that they will not pay a black man millions if he isn't sacrificing almost everything. Our degrees and accomplishment aren't worth anything either. Yeah, I can attest. I can understand that too, Shabazz. Like, because even if you look at a doctor, right, the cost of healthcare in America is just so high. So it's like the same thing. But my point here is the sport. This was a big, devastating injury to one of the biggest players. Right? He broke his knee. He almost broke his knee. Torn ligaments. This is a problem. This is what's going to make parents look at this and be like, dang. Salute the cheetah, man. I watched him, man. He's a very interesting player. Very fast. What's up, Jarvis? Salute, bro. Appreciate y'all tapping in. But, man, I don't think he's going to be 4.29. He's not going to be running that fast no more. But, man, it's just gruesome, man. Hate to see it. Hate to see it happen to that. Happen to him like that. But how long y'all think this government shutdown gonna last? Some say it's just political. But I want to show y'all about the Memphis. They in Memphis. The task force. I want to show y'all this Memphis task force. See what y'all think about that. Like, they bringing them all over to Memphis. They got they got them there, but we still got crime everywhere. Check it out. What was the injury? Haven't watched the NFL since Cap got white ball. He dang near broke his knee, man. I wanted to show you. But the injury was like a dislocated knee. And he tore different ligaments. But that's the problem. I feel like the problem is star players getting hurt.
Task force is now underway. Thanks for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Tracy Cornett. And I'm Lydia Fielder. The National Guard and a dozen other agencies started arriving in the city there yesterday in Memphis. WSMV's Amber Jayanth now has a closer look at how, Amber, this operation will all play out here?
That's right. Well, a few command centers have already been set up in some areas of the city. According to city leaders, the National Guard will not be making arrests or issuing warrants, and they will not be armed unless local law enforcement requests that they be armed. But we have learned that some arrests have already been made. Now, the U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi released an update this morning saying that 9 arrests have been made so far, and 2 illegal firearms were taken off the streets. And the city of Memphis published a Safe and Clean website to inform the residents about this initiative. And they say the goals of the federal action are to end violent street crime and to enforce quality of life violations more consistently. Now, Governor Bill Lee and the Memphis Police Chief Sherilyn Davis, they spoke about what people in Memphis can expect from National Guard troops.
These are guardsmen and women who are Tennesseans, who will be a part of displaying the volunteer spirit and stepping up and serving their neighbors.
With thousands of outstanding warrants, we want these federal resources to help us to accelerate that work. And we're talking about people who have committed homicides in our city and other violent crimes. That's what our focus is on.
So do y'all think, what's the point of bringing the National Guard there? Did y'all hear what she said? It's like, okay, what's the point if they're not going to be doing no arrests? It's just y'all deploying these people here to not do anything. They're just going to stand around and look tough. They said, don't pull your guns out unless the police department want them to. It's like, what are they there for, bro? And we paying for this kind of stuff. And it's like, bro, if we see like how they spend our money, like nobody don't even spend their own money like that. But you just gonna have the National Guard, taxpayer dollars, go out there like it's some kind of big thing going on. But yeah, Mama Lisa, we want you to speak your mind. We definitely want you to speak your mind. But yeah, y'all, it's been crazy with this National Guard, and they didn't do it to Chicago. But this is what the people been saying in Memphis. Now, you know, Memphis been known to be in.
Breaking news at 4. White House leaders are in the Mid-South right now with the Memphis Safe Task Force in effect in the Bluff City. Thanks for joining us for your news leader at 4. I'm Alex Coleman. April is on assignment. In just the last 48 hours, Attorney General Pam Bondi says more than 4 dozen arrests have been made in the sweep. And now she, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, and other officials are in Memphis. WREG's Mike Sirianni joins us live from Shelby County Office of Preparedness. Mike, what's going on out there?
Hey, good afternoon to you, Alex. My goodness, it's been a crazy day here in Memphis as we've been awaiting the arrival of the Secretary of War and the U.S. Attorney General. They are right now inside the office, Shelby County Office of Preparedness, and I believe they are meeting with the key players of this Memphis Safe Task Force. Now, we do have some video from earlier when the pair arrived at the airport. Let's roll that video. You can see them greeting Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. I don't know what they're talking about there, but they made their way from there to this Office of Preparedness. Now, they didn't come in the front door here. It appears that they went around through a back entrance, so we didn't get a chance to shout out any questions to them. And maybe when they're finished here, they'll have a chance to talk to us, but I don't know, because they're supposed to be headed over to the command center and take a look at the activity over there. Now, before the Attorney General left for Memphis, it's my understanding she recorded some sort of a statement about plans that have been going or projected for here in Memphis and what's taken place so far. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Right now, it's really just getting the crime under control in Memphis because it has been out of control. And, you know, we have a Democrat mayor there who understands it. He understands they want to make Memphis prosperous. They want to bring businesses there. They want to keep it a beautiful city that it is.
And I will tell you that earlier this afternoon, I did see a number of high-profile persons going into the building here. The head of the TBI, members of the Sheriff's Department, also some members, military staff came in. Soldiers, I don't know whether they're National Guard, U.S. Army regular soldiers, but they were in uniform and they did go into the building. So
We got this big old meeting, man. I don't know what they're doing, but we do know they got something going on with Memphis. But I had to tap it out. Shout out to my New Breed Global Truth. I don't know if y'all tapped into that, but he been shaking up the internet. All distractions from Trump. Wants people to stop talking about Epstein. I'm glad that you said that. That was right on point. Because this brother here got the internet shook, and they might even put a shadow ban on my channel for this. But check this out. This guy, I'm finna play y'all his video, but this video been going viral, and this brother got the streets right now on YouTube because he discovered some inconsistencies in some video footage that he see that is damning to how that boy got knocked off. Check this out, and shout out to New Breed, man. He did his thing. Check this out.
There's some interesting things that took place. Now I want y'all to follow me here down this journey, this path with me, y'all. Some interesting things, some footage we got to bring out. Now, this is one of the strongest theories that I've personally seen thus far. And I want you to look at Charlie's lavalier mic that he's going to have on him. And this is all going to make sense. This was an inside job, a blood sacrifice. You know, there's not going to be any blood. There's not going to be any of that in this video. So, you know, we just researching this. Now,
lavalier, check this out.
Here's the lavalier.
Out.
Oh, wait. Let's skip this part. So as you can see, the lavalier is basically seeing all the energy, all the frames, everything's coming.
Take a look at the lavalier.
You see his mic, right?
Here, check this out.
Now hold on.
Yeah, I'm a Hebrew.
Hold on, I'm trying to
Take a look at the lavalier. Check this out.
Hold on. Well, we'll get to that. But there was a light that went off under his shirt. There was a light that went off under his shirt. Now,
original.
Let's continue.
If you want security, the Israelis know what they're doing. Went and grabbed the device or whatever it is, allegedly.
Here it is from the wide angle. Watch Charlie Kirk's right side of his t-shirt. Watch the lavalier lapel mic. Do you see it explode? Let's bring it in just a little bit closer. Watch this. Put it in a freeze frame. That is the explosion from Charlie.
Now, let's pause this. Let me see if y'all can get a good look at this. You can see where the explosion took place. How many of y'all can see that? Where the explosion took place under his shirt. Y'all see that, right? That's his mic exploding. That's his mic exploding. Now, in case you think this is a bit of a stretch, wait when you're going to see the person who actually detonated it.
I wish he could have made this a lot bigger.
And I'm not worried about who a security team is. They all the same to me. So we're not here to blame no other country or no other people. That's not what we're here for. We're just pointing out that this was a blood sacrifice and an inside job. So y'all see it's on the left upper hand corner.
Charlie Kirk's lavalier lapel mic.
Where that mic blew up. You see that?
Want to see it again? Bring it in closer. Remember when we told you that was absolutely...
This is an even closer view.
An exit wound? Yeah, it is. Check the trajectory of the round that
see that?
Was deployed from.
Now, look at the trajectory right here. You can see the round right there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was not somebody on a ceiling, on a roof, shooting from a distance. No, that was on his persons. That was on his persons. It came from under his shirt, and we got footage of the guy who actually detonated. All of this is alleged, but you know, for those who are watching, y'all can see. Bless your eyes if you can see, because these people ain't gonna be able to lie to you no more. His shirt moved from the inside
out. What y'all say? Y'all see that?
See, you're only gonna get these breakdowns over here on YouTube on New Breed Global Truth, man. We're bringing it out. This is breaking news. Now look,
that lavalier lapel mic. That went directly from Charlie Kirk's lapel. That went directly from underneath Charlie Kirk's white t-shirt.
It went directly from under the shirt. There was literally smoke coming out of that mic. It was literally smoke coming out of that mic. The shirt went up. The shirt went up. So from what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, the general public is being lied to. It looks like we're being lied to.
Up through his neck and created the exit wound that we told you was an exit wound immediately when we saw that exit.
Yeah, because y'all got to think of it like this. If somebody stood, let's say, 50 meters away, let's say if somebody shot him from, I think it was 200 yards, which is, I believe is around 200 yards away. But if somebody was to hit him from a roof and it went through his neck, ladies and gentlemen, it would be blood splatter on the back, and the exit wound would not be in the front leaking like this. The exit wound would be in the back. It would be blood splatter. Listen, everything behind him would be red. Everything behind him would be red.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
I'm telling you, the Hollywood plan went wrong. This thing is unraveling. I mean, this thing is caving. This thing is caving.
Now he got the street.
Look at this.
Wound. First we had exploding pagers. Now we have exploding mics. Do you remember the vector analysis?
Yeah.
Now look at the vector analysis, because the vector analysis is very important, ladies and gentlemen. The vector analysis is going to show you wind currents. It's going to show you all the gradients of what's going on, physics. It's doing an AI breakdown of the energy, how it traveled, how it moved.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they lie to us all the time, but why wouldn't they just tell us the truth on this point? That's what I'm saying. Like, it just seems like we done been witnessing murders and murders. We understand to find motives and it makes sense.
All right. Peep this.
Analysis from John Bray. That proves that all of the activity.
See that? All the activity happened on his person.
Hey.
Look. Hold on. Hold on. Boom. Y'all see that right there? Under his shirt. Under his shirt.
They do got
now, ladies and gentlemen,
like this.
The scriptures tell us that they can't do nothing in secret that won't be brought to the forefront. It's going to come out. They cannot hide nothing from the people. There's also rumors that there was some construction work done right after this event, where there was some type of trap door that was underneath this stage. Far as we know, Charlie Kirk might not even be gone. His character might be gone. But far as we seen, no ambulance, no nothing. We don't know. We actually don't know what we seen. Now, keep the game, y'all.
Analysis from John Bray. That proves that all of the activity came from the mic that Charlie Kirk was wearing. Remember the palm gun guy in the brown shirt, that shadowy looking guy with the sunglasses? Yeah, he pushes the detonator. Clear as day.
Gang violence. You hear the pop. You hear him pushing the detonator. Ladies and gentlemen. And you got Utah trying to give Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Robinson. You got Utah trying to give him the death penalty. Now, y'all see this? This guy right here. Hold on. Hold on. We got new evidence, man.
Clear as day.
Gang violence. Great. Look at him. He even smiling. He even got a smile on his face.
Cold world.
Look at that demonic, evil look on this dude's face, y'all, as he squeezes what appears to be some type of detonator. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, y'all, this video, people have been referring this guy video. A lot of the conservatives been Newbury is getting his fame off of this, and YouTube is not showing that a lot of people are watching it, but a lot of people are referring to him like, yo, this is the video, this is it. Shout out to Newbury, you know. But it's definitely fishy. Definitely fishy. But I like to shout out our people for doing good investigative work. We got good common sense. I don't think you're going to be able to. We've been saying a lot of this stuff that's been going on for years. Man, they trying to, our young boys, they trying to turn them up. Man, they've been saying that since the 80s. We had leaders saying the same stuff that these people are doing. Was the first ones recorded saying it. We were the first enemy of the higher ups, battling them. And to see where it's going now is like, that's just where it's at. But yeah, we had to touch on them topics, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Shout out to Mama Lisa. Shout out to Jarvis Coleman, man, always tapping in. Markeith with the bankroll. Yeah, Charlie Kirk wife, man. I'm probably gonna have to do something on that because boy, she looked like what they call it, a honey trap. There was some people going over this and made her seem like she may got a honey trap background, you know? Fake crying at the funeral for real. But when I thought about it, I'm like, they groomed CK. I don't even like saying his name on the algorithm. They groomed him. And once he got around 30 years old, 31, I think that some of this Masonic stuff or these secret, they know like around that age, you can't fool people anymore, you know? Like you can't do like you do an 18-year-old. So it's like, we got to get him out of there. They probably going to get somebody else 18, 19, young impressionable minds, right? Going into high school, coming out. It's like, that's the people they sit on. And then after that, once you become 30, 31 years old, it's like you're going to want to do your own thing. You're going to be disobedient because you've grown. It's like, I'm looking at it from a higher up standpoint. It's harder to control, but it's easy to control like 18 and in your 20s. You know, you can do that with money. His wife was doing that fake crime. Yeah, but man, I appreciate y'all, bro, tapping in. Y'all got to check this out. I'm going to short and check this out. Me and Trail Jackson, we putting together a show this Sunday. We're going to put on some things. Y'all let me know what kind of, what y'all would like your boy to go over. But I'm done with all this CK stuff, man. It's interesting, but it's like, we've been saying this for decades about these people. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. We're going to be talking about Diddy getting sentenced right before, I think, Sunday. So I think it may be Friday. So we're going to be talking about that. And yeah, I'm going to be hanging out with my sister this weekend, her birthday. So be spending some time with the fam. But we're dropping again tomorrow stream, y'all. If this government shutdown keep going, I may do something on that because from what I hear, everybody, like Secret Service and everything, is still going to be going into their account. It's not like anybody losing something. It's pretty much the jobs, in my opinion. Mama Lisa said he wasn't needed no more, for real. For real. So I'm going to tap in tomorrow, try to bring y'all something. Might jump in on them Epstein. Oh, your sister Libra, me too. Okay. Libra, man. Happy belated to you. I mean, birthday, where you coming up? Appreciate you, Sabraz. Back to reparations. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's get back on that reparations talk. You know, It'd be a lot because it's a lot of people that muddy the waters. There's a 93% chance of a recession this year. That's why we got to start linking up business-wise. I appreciate y'all for support, man. That's why we got to link up, y'all, in a business standpoint, because they're going to be letting us go. You know, they're going to be firing us, letting us go, but we need to be able to have each other. I watched a video of a black man. His daughter was sick when he worked for the UPS, and he tried to go home. And they was like, no, you don't have PTO. And he had to just leave because his daughter was sick and he had to go home. So it's like, that made me realize that we need our own stuff. So we don't got to be begging people to spend time with our families and stuff like that, man. The gang got us in the chokehold. Straight up, man. Until next week. Man, I'm in Florida. I live in Florida, man. So I'm gonna hit you up all the time. But I'm going down to South Florida where I'm from. So down there in Fort Lauderdale, but I'll be up there in the north, man. Orange Park, Jacksonville area. Oh, that's nice. Tell your sister, Mama Lisa, said happy birthday. I will, man. Definitely. They're probably gonna watch this live once they have some time. So yeah, y'all tap in with me tomorrow, man. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna have the phone line open, man. If y'all want to call in, I'd be wanting to hear from some of y'all, man. Especially y'all be spitting that knowledge on me. So especially Mama Lisa. Open carry gun law in Florida. Yeah, man. Bro, I don't like coming outside, bro. I'm telling you with that gun laws, I don't like it, bro. But spend time with the family, man. My sister's birthday. But I'm gonna probably record, let y'all see what we do, man. Let y'all see what I got going on. But I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for supporting. I will be going live tomorrow. We're gonna be getting on this reparation. So I need y'all help to tap in and get our people on one accord. So peace, love. I'll catch y'all next video.